Hey again for real this time. Welcome back to SJGames Live. We're doing some additional Gen Con coverage, or Gen Con demos. If you can't be at the show, our team's working hard out there, selling games, demoing games, lots of Car Wars and stuff going on, Deadly Doodles, and we thought we would play Deadly Doodles with you guys. We did this yesterday. We're going to do it again today with a different map. Yesterday we did like the basic game map, which a lot of fun. Had a ton of fun there. Today we're doing a little bit more of a challenging map, but if you haven't played, that's okay. You can play along as well. Brandon's dropped the link to the map that you need to play. It's the Halloween map that we're using. This is the pumpkin. It looks like a jack-o'-lantern. I figure it's close enough to the season. I'm in a Halloween spirit, so let's do that. The only addition is that there's a little bit of a dice mechanic. You do not need a die. I'm going to be rolling it here. There's nothing that you guys need other than the map and a pin, and I'll walk through the rules here in just a second, and I'll explain the new mechanic that we're using. I will say this map's a little bit tougher, so if you don't score super high, that's okay. There's a lot of walls, and I'll explain how all that stuff works. But let's go to the top down, and I'll kind of show everyone how this works. So, in Deadly Doodles, what you're trying to do is build routes throughout the map, and when you draw the lines, you're going to cross over different things and score different points, and potentially get negative points as well. On a given turn, we're going to do 7 rounds. We're going to be flipping cards that look like this. 4 of them, at least. It could be more if we get a draw 2. And we'll get 4 routes, and you have to draw all the routes on the board. The way you draw routes, you'll notice there's these little diamonds. You're going to, for your first route of the game, you have to start at one of these arrows. These are entry arrows. You've got these 6 that are kind of around the edges, but don't forget that there are actually more in here. So this one actually has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different entry arrows. Entry arrows, you can come out at some point. If you want, you could draw one line from 4 different entry arrows. However, at the end of the game, any one that you haven't used is worth an extra point. So that's something to keep in mind. But let's say, for example, I want to. This is round 1. Don't draw this. This is just an example. So to start off, I could draw a T or something here. I can't draw the cross. The rules for drawing lines is I draw diamond to diamond, but I can't draw a diamond over here because there's a wall. Anything that has a big solid black square or line, like here, that's a wall. These are walls. These blocks are walls. So I couldn't do the cross piece. I could do something like this. Draw the T because that goes diamond, diamond. It connects to all the diamonds. Now I've done this piece. I still can't do the cross piece here, unfortunately. But I could do a corner here. And I could do a corner here. Now it has created a problem. I can't do the cross because here it would hit a wall and here it would hit 2 walls. However, I could then go to a different entrance if there's an entrance that can use the cross, which can go here or up here even. So when you draw a line, you either have to continue off of a route you're already doing, or you can start at a new entry point. The goal being is eventually you would cross over items. Like here's a coin. We have skull coins. We have loots. We have weapons. And I'll go through what all those score here in just a sec. So we'll have 7 rounds of drawing lines. Similar again, connecting your routes. And at the end of the game, we're going to score based on what you cross over. So there's a few different icons out here. Let's go through some of the simple ones. Loot. Bags of loot are worth 2 gold each. If you cross over that dragon down here, then they're each worth 4 gold at the end of the game. All scoring happens at the end of the game, so anything that I say for like points or negative points or positive points, you don't have to like get the dragon first, then cross the loot for it to be worth more points. At the end of the game, we'll just score it all at the same time. Weapons are all marked with letters, and those are each worth 1 point. You'll notice monsters also marked with letters. Monsters are worth 4 points if you've crossed over the matching weapon. So let's say I've crossed over the bee weapon. If I have the bee monster, where's that at? No, it's the D monster. There's a bee monster out here somewhere. I'm just missing it. If you cross over the bee weapon and the bee monster's worth plus 4 points. If you've only crossed over, we already crossed over it there. That's why I couldn't see it. But say I cross over this bee monster, and at the end of the game I don't have the matching weapon, it's worth negative 2 points. So monsters are negatives, but if you have the matching weapon, it's all positive. So that's a good thing. You've got the two new mechanics. So these new mechanics are actually found in Deadly Doodles 2, which is the expansion. You can also get that now. Deadly Doodles 2 adds skull coins, which are very similar to loot, except you cross them, they're worth no points. But if you have crossed the skull, which in this case is way down here, they're worth 5 points. So they're really good. And every round we're gonna roll a die. So we have a die here. I'll tell you guys what we're rolling. So like say I rolled a 2 at the beginning of the round, we would mark off a diamond that matches the number. So the diamonds are worth 1 point if they've been marked off. At the end of the game, you can cross through them. That just because they're marked off, that just means that we're tracking which ones have been marked. So this is now worth 1 point. Anything at the end of the game, any diamond that hasn't been marked off. So let's say we roll like a 1, 2, 3 over and over again. 4, 5, and 6 would then be worth points equal to how many unmarked diamonds there are. So like if there's 3 unmarked diamonds at the end of the game, they'd each be worth 3 points. So diamonds are all positive. So the only real negative on here is the monsters. If you cross a monster and don't get a matching weapon, then it's negative. The other thing that might happen more on this map, again, I mentioned it is pretty difficult. Sometimes you just won't be able to draw, especially these big crosses. The thing that you watch out for is there's not a lot of spots. Like you'll notice there's lots of walls. So drawing crosses, like I can't draw any of that stuff over here. These areas you have to draw very specific routes. The dead end piece becomes very important in this. There is a piece in the game where a route goes something like this, and has a big circle on the end. When that comes up, you can't build off of the dead end. I can't later draw a route like connecting to that. However, you'll notice there's certain spots like down here in the teeth that you have to have a dead end. Like I would have to have that piece because I can't do a straight line, it goes into a wall. Can't do a corner, it goes in the wall. I'd have to do a dead end that goes in there. So again, something to keep in mind. This is a difficult board, so if you ever get to a point where you can't draw a route, like you can't draw one of these pieces for some reason, you would tally it down here. There's spots for everything. Like you can cross off the weapons as you get them monsters to keep track of stuff. You can put hash marks down here for the loot, for your skull coins. But the very second one to the bottom, every time you can't use a piece, you just note a tally mark there. Each of those is worth -2. So it's bad if you can't use a piece. So try to keep your options open. Again, this is the really challenging one. So keep an eye in this zone because this is where you're going to be able to use that cross piece. This zone here, like this spot here, this spot here. You got to make sure you're trying to connect to those areas so that you don't get trapped and can't use certain pieces. And like I used it here, these entrances can be kind of like your safety valves because you can use those cross pieces there. So something to keep in mind. Do we have any questions in chat, Brandon? Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is pull this back for now, and I'm going to put the cards here when we draw them. I'm going to keep my board off the map. If you have any questions as we go along, just ask them in chat. Brandon's keeping track of that. And if you need me to slow down, just let me know in chat as well. We can slow it down a little bit. There's 7 rounds. I'm going to draw 4 cards every round, and potentially there could be more if we get a draw 2. There are a couple of draw 2 cards in the deck. The one thing I didn't mention, there is traps. At the end of the game, normally during the game, there's these trap cards that come up, and when they come up, players would choose a spot on the board to trap, like a grid mark. This is like a battleship grid, almost like A through K and 1 through 11. So I'd say like, oh, I'm going to put one on A4 or something like that. And at the end of the game, if you've hit the traps, if your opponents hit the traps, they're negative points. However, in this case, since we're playing it over the internet with lots of people, it'll be Brandon picking traps. So he's like our dungeon master here, and he's in charge of our fates. At the end of the game, we'll reveal where Brandon has trapped, and kind of go down the scoring. And wherever he's trapped, we get negative points. So it's worth -3. So it's kind of random, but it'll be fun. We'll see what happens. It's as random for me as it is for y'all. Let me know again if you have any questions, and at the end, what your score is in chat. It's always fun to see how everyone does. Again, this one's really tough. We scored near 30s yesterday, so who knows? We'll see how we do today. But I think we're ready to go. Let's flip our first round. So those are the routes. Oh, we already got our first cross, so keep that in mind. I think I know where I'm going to put that. I think y'all saw where I like to drop at least one. We're going to get that bee monster. Oh, I forgot to mention, in the top, while we're showing this, in the top corners here, there's these little boxes. you can just draw the number of the rounds. So I draw number 1 in there, so you can keep track of what routes you're using. Sometimes it's hard to keep track. There's so many lines on the board, so it's good to have that info. So we got the cross, we got a T and a straight. So let's use the straight to go. Where's the skull? Down there. I'm gonna use the T here. Then we'll do a straight. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to roll the die as well. Let's see what we get. A 2. So hey, there we go. Cross out the 2 diamond. That is now only worth 1 point, but again, still worth a point. So if you cross over it, it's not a bad thing. I will always forget to draw that, so I'll try or roll that die. So I will try to keep track of that stuff. So we got a corner. I feel like every piece in this map is so like you don't want to waste anything. I'm trying to find like an entrance where you can like only use a corner or something. I don't think there really is one. I'm gonna do this. What's up? Hmm? Oh no! Don't tell me that you might have a trap down there. I don't believe that. How dare you? How dare you, sir? Trying to trick me. That's what's happening right now. I think I'm gonna go this direction. Okay. I'll give you guys a couple moments here because the first and last rounds always take the longest, I think, because it's like setting up everything, and then last round will be where you're having to try to close everything off. This has been historically, I think, the toughest map that we have. The heart map is also we did holiday maps for all this. We've done Valentine's Day, which is a heart. We've done this one, which is a Halloween for jack-o'-lantern, and then we have a Christmas one with like a Christmas bear, which is a cute little bear. They're all I'd say more difficult than the original maps, and they're only available online. So this is if you want to play these, just print them out online. You can print as many as you want. All you need is the cards and the dice and a pen. And I'm actually we actually do have a Deadly Doodles die. It comes with a promo card, but I'm just using an ogre die that I had next to me that we had from our ogre games.
Don't forget our Thanksgiving map.
Oh yeah, that's right. We do. We have four holiday maps because we have the Thanksgiving turkey. I think this one and the heart are the hardest, just because there's so many walls. There's so much black area in there. But I think all the holiday maps are kind of challenging, which is cool. Alrighty, I think we'll move on to round 2, and I'm gonna keep these off to the side as kind of a round tracker, if that makes sense. We'll kind of go down here. You'll be able to see the rounds as we go. Oh, our first dead end. Bunch of corners. So let's do the dead end. I know I want my dragon. And I've crossed the bee monster. That's going to be a problem. Where's the bee weapon? That is actually really hard to get to. That is really unfortunate. I can't believe I missed that. Well, I was going to have to cross at some point to get to the dragon anyway, I guess. A lot of corners, though. I don't really like that. It's like I don't want to use a corner on an entrance, and like cut myself off from like some part of the entrance. I guess if I'm going to use well, no. Oh, once again, see, I did it again. 1. That's our diamond that we mark off this round is number 1. Well, that makes that decision a lot easier. So I've just used the dead end. At some point, I gotta make a decision. We're going to use a corner here and get a bag of loot. And oh, that's the diamonds. That's diamonds, coins. There's loot. Boy, this is tough. This is a toughie. I don't know if I'm real. Like, I have a potential of getting the skull coin, so I don't really want to cut myself off from that. So what I'm gonna do is I don't think I care about the diamond up there. I'm going to do a straight line here and just cut off one of the entrances. And we're going to just make a decision and go left here. Okay. We'll give you guys a couple more seconds here. This is a tough one already. I think our score yesterday, I got hit with one trap, so I scored 29 points after the -3. So I would have been over 30, which is, I'd say, really good for that one. That's like kind of maxing your score out almost. Uh, this one, I've gotten as low as like 12 points because it's so hard to. I'll have so many tiles. I think when we play tested one of these maps, I got like 9 points on it one time because I had so many routes that I couldn't draw because I didn't plan ahead for that. That's why I've always mentioned at the beginning of doing these harder maps is you gotta think about where you want, like how to not get trapped later in the game. Um, don't use all your safety valves, and at the very beginning, make sure you're maximizing your space because there's not a lot of space. And I did use all of them. Yeah, I did use all of them. So, that's round 2. Let's.
Chat wonders, how do you read that die number right there?
That's a 1. Sorry.
Okay.
And I'll tell you guys what I roll. So we did a 1. That's that's one of the ogre faction symbols. This die also glows in the dark, which is really neat. Very spooky. The actual Deadly Doodles die I didn't have on me, but it's got the dragon symbol from the game. And then I believe there's a die pack too that comes with more than one, because the Deadly Doodles the game comes with one of these dice, and then there's because it needs it for these mechanics like the diamonds. There's also in Deadly Doodles 2, adds the dice. It has these diamond mechanics. It also has like doors that will open and close based on what you roll, because the die also has symbols that are like skulls and dragons. And then it's got mechanics where you can like roll in certain gyms. There's like gyms you can get on different maps. I think there's 6 different maps, and they all have different like mechanics like that. It's really cool. That'll be round 2. Again, if you need me to slow down, just let me know in chat. So before I do the cards, we're gonna roll the die to see which diamond. And 6 gets crossed off. 666. Where's that at? Oh, it said okay, down there. And then our cards for the round: straight line, dead end. Oh no. T. Okay. Well, that's a little problematic. Got straight line, dead end. It's not the most problematic, I guess. I think I can work around this. So we're gonna do this here. Dead end to get the skull coin, but I still don't have the. See, I love the coins. I really do. But I need that skull. So I got that. I need a spot for dead. I guess I'll just do dead in here to get this bag of loot. At least I got the dragon. That part's something. I honestly think I may not get to that B weapon. That is going to be a problem. That is a lot of space with not a lot of scoring. Also, like a lot of the cool stuff, like the skull, I like the way this is designed because it is very punishing for that stuff. The skull is surrounded by 2 different monsters, so you have to choose a monster to go through before you get to it. So that means you really have to get, and like the E weapon is way up at the top. The C weapon is over to the left. So you're going to have to like make a decision on like, are you going to which monster do you go through? How do I score this? Like, how do I get the skull? Or do I just take the negative, Might just be worth it just to take the negative. So we've crossed out 3 diamonds. The 1, 2, and 6 are each worth 1 point now. Currently, 4, 5, and 3 are each worth 3 points because there's 3 diamonds that have not been crossed out. Of course, depends on what we roll the rest of the game. If we roll the same number, it just doesn't cross anything out. So it's kind of a gamble with the diamonds. The diamonds are like, do I take the risk and actually go for them on the chance that they're just worth a lot of points? Like right now, 3 points is not bad. It's more than the regular loot's worth, and it's less than the skulls, but there's no extra mechanic that you need to do to score the points. It's just a straight 3. But if I roll the same, one of the other numbers, it's, becoming less and less important. But yeah, I think I'll make sure I actually cross all those. Yep, I did both dead ends. I couldn't remember if I actually. Oh no, I didn't. I actually didn't draw the straight line. I forgot to draw that. Let's do that here. Forgot about the straight line. Maybe I should. Oh, I needed either spot, so that's fine. Okay, we're gonna go on to round 4. This is a tough one, so we're exactly halfway through now. This is round 4 is the halfway mark. There are 7 rounds, so just for any of the people planning ahead. Oh, there's our draw 2. So that means this round we get 5 cards. So it's our draw 2, and then our last card. One more dead end. Okay, so where is that E weapon again? It's way up top. I'm gonna do a T here. I'm gonna do a dead end to get that coin, because it. And we'll do. I guess I do the E monster. Another negative. So I still have a corner and a straight to use. I'm looking at the other entrances now to see if there's anything I can do with a corner and a straight. You know what? Oh, I did it. I did it again. 5. So see, there we go. Mark out 5. The 5 diamond. That means they're getting less and less. That's a. If you're going the diamond route, it's getting a little less good. I think I'm gonna go for this weapon because I can't. Where's the B weapon's up here though? So I need to kind of branch off both of these. That is tough. That is a very difficult prospect. But I kind of have to make the decision now, I think. Yeah, we're gonna do it. So this is 4, and then a corner here for 4. We'll see how this goes. This is difficult. It's quite difficult. But hey, 5 cards, that's good. If we get the draw 2s, that's actually a very positive thing. We get a lot more options. Give you guys a couple more seconds here because it's got 5 cards. Also, want to mention while we're waiting, the Warehouse 23 sale is going on till Monday. It's our Gen Con sale. We try to do similar bundles since we know a lot of people can't make to the show. They restrict how many people can come. Plus, not everyone wants to go to a show where there's lots of people right now. So we have a lot of the same deals online. It's not as much. There's some sales, but there's also a lot of bundles. What it is, it's like bundling certain things together. You get free games, you get free pins. We have a lot of convention exclusive pins. We did get a lot of questions online on social media about the Car Wars pin that we have at the show. There is a new pin. That's our new Pin Bazaar pin. It will be on Warehouse 23 later. It's not on right now. All the supply of those pins is at the convention circuit, so don't have it here to sell you guys online. But if you are interested in that pin, it will be online later. So keep an eye out for that. But we do have other pins. We have our Deadly Doodles pin. If you buy Deadly Doodles, Deadly Doodles 2, you've got there's some other ones too. I think there's a Zombie Dice and a Munchkin pin still that we've got on there too. So, and you can get those pins separately as well. So, if you want the convention experience, it's a fun way to get it. Okay, I'm gonna go scoop these up. So that was round 4. That's our exact halfway point. 3 more rounds. Let's roll the die. 4. Okay. Well, now officially we can stop rolling the die because each one's only worth 1 point. The three is the only one that's uncovered, so it's only worth a point. Everything is worth 1 point diamond wise. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. That's the gamble with the our other draw 2. That's the gamble with the diamonds. So this is our draw 2. Oh, there's a cross. That's one of those danger pieces. Definitely one I wish I'd drawn a little bit earlier. So what I'll do is here, I'll do a cross because that'll get us access to both of those. Here, really no disadvantage doing the T there, I don't think. So, and then we have a straight, a corner, and a big cross there. Do I have a spot for the cross, or do I just have to kind of make a new spot? Yeah, I think I have to come out of another entrance. I do. That's unfortunate. That's okay, though. We'll figure it out. 2, 3, and then do the straight line here. And
Here's a good question, Hunter. Do you know if
Yep.
we're going to do any deals or swag for Origins?
we'll probably be doing some similar bundles at Gen Con and Origins. I don't know if we'll have an online sale for Origins as well. We might. Could have that. I'm not 100% sure. But if you're interested in doing the sales online, if you're interested in the Warehouse 23 sale, probably jump on that now. I can't confirm that there's going to be one for Origins as well, but we definitely will have stuff at Origins, I'm assuming. It's probably similar bundles. The same pins will be there, so you'll have access to like the Car Wars pin and stuff like that. I can get to the E. The B weapon's a problem. I think the B is just, I'm going to have to choose to not do it. It's a tough call, but yeah, it's a tough map. Every time I use an entrance, it's like, oh, there goes one more point. There goes one more point. Brutal. So I'm gonna set the die aside. Just keep in mind, all diamonds now worth 1 point. Give you guys a couple extra seconds since it's the 5-card round. 5 cards for round 5. But that is the last draw 2 of the deck. So from now on, it is going to be It's going to be 4 cards only. And one note is, I think all the routes are exactly the same amount, but we don't go through every card in the deck. So, there's going to be an uneven amount. It's kind of random. You don't get to just know. It's not perfect information, if that makes sense. That you're going to be able to draw an X type of route. Alrighty. Round 6, only 2 rounds to go. You've got 8 cards to do with what you will. Dead end straight. Another straight. And a T. Okay. Well, dead end here because it's worth more points. T there. And straight there, because, yeah, it's my only chance. I need, like, a bunch of dead ends now. Like, I've created a situation where it's like, if I get 4 dead ends, I could actually score a decent amount of points. If I get corners and dead ends, I'm good. If I don't, then I might be screwed. Let's see. Yeah, it's just gonna come down to it. I think I scored okay. I'm not used to getting negatives from monsters though. It hits my pride. Gotta say, it hits the pride a little bit. Give you guys a couple extra seconds, and then we'll be in the last round. We've gotten a few dead ends already. I think there's still maybe one hiding in there. Hopefully not as much straights though. That's a problem. Let's see what we get. Last round. A corner. Okay. A T. A little less cool. Another corner. That's not bad. and across. Okay, so I gotta use the corner down here on the skull. I've been saving that until the end. So that would be worth +5. That's worth also +5, but no negative. So this actually pushed it worth more. And then we got what, a T and a cross. I don't think I have a spot for the cross. So I think I have to make a new route for that. To pretty much. Oh no, I have a way to get that without wasting an entrance. I'm seeing if there's any points available to me elsewhere, but don't think there is. I think I've pretty much maxed out what I can with these routes. Because a T can't do across there. Yeah, I got one spot where I can do it, but it just does. It's pretty much a waste of a route. So I just got to make the choice, I think, and do it here. Just double checking everything. Yeah, it looks sure. Give you guys a couple extra seconds. Like I said, the last round can be a little tricky. I did end up getting one of the weapons to match my monsters, so that's cool. But couldn't get the other one. So I will have some negatives, which isn't. Again, it's a tough map, though. I went from scoring like 30 points yesterday to not a lot today. All right, let's go through the score, and don't score ahead. I'm gonna walk through everyone at the same time here, so we all can kind of see. So at the bottom here, where we actually keep the tally marks. Oh, I didn't actually mark off all my stuff here. I'm gonna mark off all those coins. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And then loot, I think I crossed 2, 1 there, 1 there. Yeah, so I did mark off all that. Okay, so where you've been keeping tally marks on here, we're going to kind of go in order and score as we go. So the first one is +1 for each crossed out diamond your path goes through, which I actually have a tally. I actually marked that. I don't actually have any diamonds. I didn't cross over any of them, but again, all crossed over diamonds are worth 1 point. I got nothing for that. +X for each diamond your path is drawn through that is not crossed out. It's worth X. They're each worth 1 though for our purposes, so I get again 0. +5 for each coin your path is drawn through. Only if your path is also drawn through the skull. I did get the skull, so I got 20 points for that. That's probably where most of my points are coming from. +2 for each loot your path is crossed through, and double if you got the dragon. I got the dragon pretty early on, so I got 8 for that. 2 loot doubled that. +1 for each weapon your path is drawn through. I got 1 weapon, so I got 1 point. +4 for each monster your path is drawn through the matches. I got the E monster and the E weapon, so I got +4 there. -2 for each monster your path is drawn that doesn't have matching weapon, so I didn't get the B weapon, so I got -2 for that. +1 for each unused entryway. So these are, again, entryways are anywhere there's an arrow. So I got 1, 2, 3. I think it's only 3. Yeah, these have been. No, this one here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not bad. I can. I've done worse. And don't forget to count these in the middle if you didn't use those. -2 for every unused card. I did not have any unused cards. Okay, now Brandon gets to call us traps. What do you got, Brandon?
All right, the first trap is at J3. J3.
Nails me. So that's 1 tally mark. And where's the second trap at?
The second trap is at F10.
F10.
Looks like you avoided
I avoided the
one.
second one. So like yesterday, I got 1 negative, so it's -3. So we tally that up. 28, 29, 33, 31, 35, 32. I actually scored what? Yeah. Yeah, because I got 20 off the... Let me make sure. 28, 29, 33. -2 is 31. 35. Yeah, 32. I scored better on this map than I did yesterday.
Great job.
It's the coins. I forget how high scoring the coins can be. And I focus specifically on coins.
They really add up.
They do. 20 points is a lot. There's just more ways to score on these maps if you unlock it. So it makes sense. Like normally I'm only able to score from monsters. The base maps don't have coins and things like that. So I'm scoring from loot and from monsters, which is awesome. But this just gets you more ways to score. You get loot and monsters and coins and normally I just do worse in the sense that I can't use routes. So I don't get to cross over as much. So yeah, guys, that's our jack o' lantern, our Halloween map, and our Gen Con demos. Thank you guys for joining us over this weekend. It's been a lot of fun. We did a Car Wars playthrough for the first time in a long time on Thursday. We did 2 of these demo games. If you missed on yesterday's, you can check out our past recordings. It's on YouTube, and I believe it's also on Twitch still. You can watch that and actually play along. You just have to print the map off and start it over from scratch. If you want to play along with this again, you can just again watch this clip back, print the map out again, and do it again. It's a lot of fun. If you want to get this game yourself, it is available in a bundle right now with the free pin. You can get that on warehouse23.com. Or if you're at Gen Con, swing by booth 1201. I don't know why you'd be watching this if you're at Gen Con. You should probably be at our booth already. But hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys aren't feeling too much missing out from the conventions. I know it's tough because they're all back and I'm not there. I know I feel it a little bit, but it's a lot of fun hanging out with you guys online, just doing this over the weekend, kind of seeing all the pictures and seeing people enjoy the booth. So hope you guys have a great weekend, and we will see you next week for some more Car Wars content on SJGames Live. See you then.